Introduction to Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is a diverse group of multicellular eukaryotic organisms that primarily reside on land and play a crucial role in the Earth's ecosystems. Plants are characterized by their ability to produce their own food through photosynthesis using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. They have specialized organs for photosynthesis, roots for absorbing water and nutrients, and a system of transport for distributing water and nutrients throughout their body. The plant kingdom includes a wide variety of organisms such as mosses, ferns, conifers, flowering plants and more. They are essential for life on Earth as they produce oxygen and form the basis of food webs. Divisions Major 4 of Kingdom Plantae. The Kingdom Plantae is classified into 4 main divisions based on their evolutionary history, morphology, and reproductive adaptations. They are 1. Bryophyta, includes non-vascular plants such as mosses, liverworts, and hornworts that have a simple body structure with no true roots, stems, or leaves. 2. Pteridophyta, includes vascular plants such as ferns, horsetails, and club mosses that have specialized structures for conducting water and nutrients throughout their body, and reproducing using spores. 3. Coniferophyta, includes gymnosperms, mostly evergreen trees and shrubs that produce seeds without enclosing them in a fruit, such as pines, spruces, firs, and cypresses. 4. Angiospermophyta, includes flowering plants that produce seeds enclosed in fruits, such as herbs, trees, shrubs and vines. They have a diverse range of reproductive adaptations with different types of flowers, pollination mechanisms and fruit forms. Division Coniferophyta, conifers. General and distinctive features of conifers. Coniferophyta, also known as conifers, is a division of Kingdom Plantae that includes gymnosperms, mostly evergreen trees and shrubs, that produce seeds without enclosing them in a fruit. Some general and distinctive features of conifers are 1. Needle or scale-like leaves. Conifers have leaves that are either needle or scale-like, which help reduce water loss and protect the tree against cold and hot temperatures. 2. Resin canals. Resin canals are hair-like structures found in the needles, leaves, and bark of conifers. They produce a sticky, aromatic substance called resin, which acts as a defense mechanism against insects and other pests. 3. Cones. Conifers produce cones that contain male and female reproductive structures. Pollen is produced by male cones, which are small and usually located at the base of the needles, while female cones are larger and found higher up on the tree. The fertilized female cones develop into seeds, which are dispersed by wind or animals. 4. Evergreen. Most conifers are evergreen, meaning they keep their leaves throughout the year. This allows them to photosynthesize even during the winter when deciduous trees lose their leaves. 5. Adapted to harsh climates. Conifers are adapted to harsh climates where temperatures are cool, and moisture is moderate to low. They grow in various habitats such as taiga, temperate rainforest, and high altitudes. Overall, these features make conifers an important part of many ecosystems, providing habitat, food, and resources for a wide range of animal species, while also being utilized by humans for various purposes including producing lumber, paper, and essential oils. Pines. Pines are a group of coniferous trees belonging to the Pinus genus, which is part of the division Coniferophyta in the Kingdom Plantae. Some general characteristics of pines are 1. Needle-like leaves. Pines have long, needle-like leaves that grow in clusters or bundles. The number of needles in each cluster varies depending on the species. 2. Resin canals. Pines produce a sticky, resinous substance that is used for protection against pests and diseases. 3. Cones. Pines produce cones that are mostly woody and persistent, meaning the cones remain on the tree for a long time before they fall off or open up to release the seeds. 4. Evergreen. Pines are evergreen trees and remain green throughout the year. 5. Adapted to various habitats. Pines can grow in many different habitats, from sea level to high altitudes, and from temperate to tropical areas. 6. Economic and ecological importance. Pines are widely used in the pulp and paper industry, construction, and as a source of wood for furniture and other products. They also provide important habitats for birds and other wildlife and are often planted for landscaping and erosion control. Overall, pines play an important role in many ecosystem processes and are an essential part of many landscapes around the world. Advantages of Division Coniferophyta. There are many advantages of Division Coniferophyta, also known as conifers. Some of the advantages are: 1. Adaptation to harsh climates. Coniferophyta are adapted to harsh climates where temperatures are cool, and moisture is moderate to low. Their needle-like leaves help reduce water loss, and their evergreen habit allows them to photosynthesize even during the winter months when deciduous trees lose their leaves. 2. Soil stabilization and erosion control. The extensive root systems of conifers help stabilize soil and prevent erosion, making them especially useful in areas prone to landslides or other forms of soil instability. 3. Timber production. Conifers are used extensively in the production of timber, paper, and other forest products. 4. Wildlife habitat. Conifers provide important habitats for many species of wildlife, including birds, mammals, and small reptiles and amphibians. These habitats are especially important in areas where natural forests have been destroyed by human activities. 5. Carbon sequestration. Conifers are capable of storing large amounts of carbon, helping to mitigate the effects of climate change by reducing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. 6. Medical and other uses. Conifers are used for various medical purposes and as a source of essential oils and other natural chemicals that are used in perfumes, soaps, and other products. Overall, Division Coniferophyta plays an important role in many ecosystem processes and provides a wide range of benefits to humans and other species. Disadvantages of Division Coniferophyta. While there are many advantages to Division Coniferophyta conifers, there are also some potential disadvantages. Some of these include: 1. Risk of wildfires. Conifers are highly flammable and can fuel wildfires, which can cause widespread destruction and loss of life. 2. Acidic soil. Conifer needles can make soil underneath the trees acidic, which can impact the growth of other plants in the area. 3. Invasive species. Some conifers, such as the Norway spruce, can become invasive and outcompete other plants in an area. 4. Biological diversity. Conifer forests can have lower biodiversity than other types of forests, as they often lack a diverse understory and ground cover layer. 5. Lack of nutrient cycling. Conifers, due to their needle-like leaves, can take longer to decompose and return nutrients to the soil, which can affect nutrient cycling in ecosystems. 6. Air pollution. Studies have found that conifers may be more sensitive to air pollution than other types of trees, and may be less effective at removing pollutants from the air. Overall, while Division Coniferophyta has many benefits, it is important to consider these potential disadvantages and the impact they may have on ecosystems and human populations. Division Angiospermophyta. General and distinctive features. Division Angiospermophyta, also known as angiosperms or flowering plants, is the largest and most diverse group of plants on Earth. Some of the general and distinctive features of this division include: 1. Flowers. Angiosperms are characterized by their flowers, which are specialized reproductive structures containing male and female reproductive organs. Flowers can vary widely in appearance, color, and shape, and are adapted to attract pollinators such as insects, birds, and bats. 2. Fruits. Angiosperms also produce fruits, which are mature ovaries containing seeds. Fruits come in a wide variety of shapes and sizes, and are an important source of food for many animals, including humans. 3. Vascular tissue. Like other plants, angiosperms have specialized tissues for transporting water, nutrients, and other materials throughout the plant. These tissues, which include xylem and phloem, enable angiosperms to grow to large sizes and survive in a wide range of environments. 4. Leaves. Angiosperms have leaves that are typically broad and flat, and covered in a waxy cuticle to prevent water loss. Leaves are important for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy. 5. Secondary metabolites. Angiosperms produce a wide array of secondary metabolites, including alkaloids, flavonoids, and terpenes, that can have a variety of functions, such as defense against herbivores and attracting pollinators. Overall, angiosperms are highly adapted and diverse group of plants that play a critical role in ecosystems worldwide. Classes of division Angiospermophyta. Division Angiospermophyta contains two main classes. 1. Class Monocotyledone or monocots. These plants have one embryonic leaf, cotyledon, in their seeds. They usually have parallel veins in their leaves, lack secondary growth, meaning they do not produce wood, and have floral parts arranged in multiples of 3. Examples of monocots include grasses, orchids, and lilies. 2. Class Dicotyledone or dicots. These plants have two embryonic leaves, cotyledons, in their seeds. They typically have branched veins in their leaves, produce wood through secondary growth, and have floral parts arranged in multiples of 4 or 5. Examples of dicots include roses, sunflowers, and beans. There is also a third, smaller class of angiosperms called Magnoliopsida or Magnoliides, which includes plants that have characteristics of both monocots and dicots. However, this classification is not always recognized and may be considered a subclass or superorder within the dicot class. Examples of Magnoliides include magnolias and avocado trees. Examples of monocotyledons. Here are some examples of monocotyledons. 1. Grasses, including wheat, rice, corn, and bamboo. 2. Lilies, including amaryllis, daffodils, Easter lilies, and tulips. 3. Orchids, including Phalaenopsis, Cattleya, and Dendrobium. 4. Palms, including coconut palms, date palms, and fan palms. 5. Agaves, including century plants and tequila agave. 6. Aroids, including the peace lily and flamingo lily. 7. Iris, including Siberian, bearded, and Dutch iris. 8. Ginger, including turmeric, cardamom, and ginger. 9. Bananas, including Cavendish and plantains. 10. Jonquil, including daffodils and onions. Examples of dicotyledons. Here are some examples of dicotyledons. 1. Sunflowers, including common sunflowers and Jerusalem artichokes. 2. Roses, including hybrid tea roses and climbers. 3. Beans, including kidney beans, navy beans, and soybeans. 4. Peas, including garden peas, snap peas, and snow peas. 5. Tomatoes, including plum, cherry, and beefsteak tomatoes. 6. Potatoes, including white, red, and russet potatoes. 7. Carrots, including orange, purple, and yellow carrots. 8. Oaks, including white oaks, red oaks, and banyans. 9. Magnolias, including southern magnolias and saucer magnolias. 10. Peppers, including bell peppers, jalapenos, and habaneros. Differences between class monocotyledons and class dicotyledons. Class monocotyledons and class dicotyledons differ in a number of ways, including 1. Embryonic leaves, cotyledons. Monocots have one cotyledon while dicots have two. 2. Leaf venation. Monocots have parallel veins while dicots have branching veins. 3. Stem vascular tissue arrangement. Monocots have scattered vascular bundles, often visible as dots in the stem cross-section while dicots have a ring of vascular bundles. 4. Flower parts. Monocots typically have flower parts in multiples of 3 while dicots have parts in multiples of 4 or 5. 5. Root system. Monocots have fibrous root systems while dicots usually have taproot systems. 6. Secondary growth. Monocots lack secondary growth, which means they do not produce wood, while dicots produce wood and undergo secondary growth. 7. Pollen structure. Monocots have one groove, monocelcot or 3 grooves, trichelcot, in their pollen while dicots have 3 grooves, trichelpot, 6 grooves, hexacelpot, or more in their pollen. 8. Seed structure. Monocots have seeds with one embryonic leaf while dicots have seeds with two embryonic leaves. These differences are useful for botanists in classifying and identifying plants. Advantages of division Angiospermophyta. Some advantages of the division Angiospermophyta, which includes flowering plants, are 1. Reproductive efficiency. Angiosperms have a highly efficient reproductive system, with flowers that are specialized for attracting pollinators to ensure successful pollination and fertilization, leading to a high rate of seed production and diverse genetic makeup. 2. Adaptability. Angiosperms have evolved a wide range of structural and physiological adaptations that have allowed them to thrive in various habitats, from deserts to rainforests. 3. Food production. Most of the world's food crops, including grains, vegetables, and fruits, are flowering plants. 4. Ecosystem services. Angiosperms provide many vital ecosystem services, including oxygen production, carbon sequestration, and erosion control, as well as providing habitat and food for many animals. 5. Medicinal properties. Many medicinal drugs are derived from flowering plant species, which contain bioactive compounds such as alkaloids, terpenoids, and flavonoids. 6. Aesthetic value. Flowering plants are valued for their ornamental beauty and are used extensively in horticulture and landscaping. In summary, the division Angiospermophyta provides many benefits to humans and ecosystems, making them one of the most successful and important groups of organisms on Earth. Disadvantages of division Angiospermophyta. There are few disadvantages of division Angiospermophyta, but some potential issues that may arise are 1. Invasive species. Some angiosperms can become invasive species in non-native habitats, outcompeting native plants and causing ecological damage. 2. Allergies. Flowering plants are a source of pollen, which can cause allergies in some people. 3. Habitat destruction. The conversion of natural habitats to agricultural or urban land for the cultivation of angiosperms can contribute to habitat destruction and loss of biodiversity. 4. Pesticide use. The cultivation of angiosperms often involves the use of pesticides and other chemicals to control pests, which can have negative environmental impacts. 5. Dependency on certain species. Our heavy reliance on certain angiosperm crops can pose a risk to global food security and can also lead to the loss of genetic diversity. While the advantages of division Angiospermophyta generally outweigh the disadvantages, it is important to be aware of the potential negative impacts and work towards sustainable and responsible use of these plants for the benefit of both humans and the environment. Revision questions. 1. When are plants said to be vascular? Plants are said to be vascular when they have specialized tissues, xylem and phloem, for conducting water, nutrients, and organic molecules throughout the plant. 2. Looking at a flower, how would you distinguish if it is from class Monocotyledone or Dicotyledone? There are several morphological features that can allow you to distinguish if a flower belongs to class Monocotyledone or Dicotyledone. 1. Number of cotyledons. Monocots have one cotyledon, seed leaf, while dicots have two cotyledons. 2. Flower parts. Monocots typically have flower parts, such as petals, sepals, and stamens, in multiples of 3, while dicots generally have flower parts in multiples of 4 or 5. 3. Leaf veins. Monocots have parallel leaf veins, while dicots have a branching network of veins. 4. Root system. Monocots have a fibrous root system while dicots have a taproot system. 5. Stem anatomy. Monocot stems are usually unbranched and have scattered vascular bundles, while dicot stems are often branched and have a ring of vascular bundles. By examining these characteristics, you can distinguish between monocot and dicot flowers. However, it is important to note that there are some exceptions to these general patterns, and plants may not always fit neatly into these categories. 3. Describe the parts in the transverse section of a monocot root. The transverse section of a monocot root reveals the following parts. 1. Epidermis, the outermost layer of cells that protects the root. 2. Cortex, the layer of parenchyma cells located beneath the epidermis that stores and transports nutrients such as starch. 3. Endodermis, a single layer of cells that separates the cortex from the vascular tissues and controls the flow of water and minerals into the cell. 4. Pericycle, a layer of cells located just inside the endodermis that gives rise to lateral roots. 5. Vascular tissues, the central region of the root, also known as the stele, which contains the xylem and phloem. In monocots, the xylem and phloem are scattered throughout the stele rather than arranged in a distinct pattern like in dicots. Overall, the monocot root structure is relatively simple compared to dicot roots. Despite the structural differences, both types of roots have similar functions of absorbing water and nutrients from the soil, storing energy in the cortex, and supporting the plant. 4. Describe the parts in a transverse section of a dicot root and stem. Transverse section of a dicot root. 1. Epidermis, the outermost layer of cells that cover and protect the root. 2. Cortex, a layer of parenchyma cells beneath the epidermis that stores and transports nutrients. 3. Endodermis, a single layer of cells that separates the cortex from the vascular tissues and controls the flow of water and minerals into the stele. 4. Pericycle, a layer of cells located just inside the endodermis that gives rise to lateral roots. 5. Xylem, a complex tissue that transports water and minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant. 6. Phloem, a complex tissue that transports sugars and other organic molecules from the leaves to the roots. 7. Pith, the central region of the root which contains large parenchyma cells and stores food. Transverse section of a dicot stem. 1. Epidermis, the outermost layer of cells that covers and protects the stem. 2. Cortex, a layer of parenchyma cells beneath the epidermis that stores and transports nutrients. 3. Vascular cambium, a thin layer of meristematic cells that gives rise to the xylem and phloem. 4. Xylem, a complex tissue that transports water and minerals from the roots to the rest of the plant. 5. Phloem, a complex tissue that transports sugars and other organic molecules from the leaves to the roots. 6. Pith, the central region of the stem which contains large parenchyma cells and stores food. 7. Secondary growth. In older stems, the vascular cambium produces secondary xylem and phloem, which add to the girth of the stem. Overall, dicot roots and stems have more complex structures compared to monocots, with distinct patterns of xylem and phloem and the presence of a pith. These structures are adapted for the efficient transport of nutrients and support of the plant. 5. Describe the transverse section of a monocot stem. The transverse section of a monocot stem shows the following parts. 1. Epidermis, the outermost cell layer that protects the stem. 2. Cortex, the layer of ground tissue surrounding the vascular bundles. 3. Vascular bundles, the scattered arrangement of xylem and phloem bundles throughout the stem that transports water, minerals, and sugars. 4. Parenchyma cells, the cells that occupy the spaces between the vascular bundles and serve as storage cells. 5. Vascular cambium, this meristem is absent in most monocots and only a few species have it. Overall, monocot stems have a less organized vascular system than dicot stems, with vascular bundles scattered throughout the stem. This arrangement allows for flexibility and bending of the stem. The cells of the monocot stem are also more uniform in size and shape compared to dicot stems.